Johnny Miller here, and welcome back to another video. Today, we need to talk about the PS5 Pro because yesterday it was announced during the PlayStation Technical Showcase hosted by Mark Cerny. It was about 9 minutes long, and leading into it, everybody was pretty much well aware we were going to be getting the PS5 Pro announcement because, let's be honest, there were so many rumors, so many leaks, and just so many reports that this was a real thing and that this would be coming very soon. And we even knew what it looked like. We basically knew what it was going to include. We were just waiting for that official announcement. Well, it finally happened yesterday, September 10th of 2024. I'm recording this September 11th of 2024. So I've had a full day to think about this, and Twitter's been going crazy, so I've been analyzing all that. I've been seeing what's all going on. I've been thinking about it. I've done some research into it. I've watched some videos covering it as well. So I thought now I would finally give my overall thoughts, and we're just gonna break down everything, and then of course I'm gonna tell you how I feel at the end of it. So let's get talking about the PS5 Pro. But real quick, if you guys love video games, it don't matter what you love, PlayStation, Xbox, Nintendo, third party, indie, VR, whatever it may be, consider subscribing and sharing with your friends. We really do appreciate any support you guys give me, especially the support on this video right here. But let's get talking about the PS5 Pro. So the PlayStation has officially announced the PS5 Pro coming November 7th for $699. I do believe the pre-orders start September 26th on PlayStation Direct and at participating retailers. So let's go into the details, but obviously keep in mind that it is $700. So that is the big thing, I think, what we're gonna have to spend most of the time talking about. But let's go ahead and break down the details right now. It comes with 2 terabytes of SSD storage. There is no disk drive, and it is compatible with all PS5 accessories. Built with the goal to now play games in their quality graphics mode at 60 frames per second instead of needing performance mode. Upgraded GPU, 67% more compute units than PS5, 28% faster memory, and 45% faster rendering. Advanced ray tracing, 2 to 3 times faster ray casting to provide better reflections and lighting. AI upscaling, PSSR, which stands for PlayStation Spectral Super Resolution, uses machine learning to provide super sharp image clarity. In other words, it uses AI. PS5 Game Boost can automatically stabilize or improve the performance of 8,500 backwards compatible PS4 games, enhance IQ and resolution on select PS4 games. Some PS5 Pro enhanced games will include, and we're going to get to that later, but it includes a bunch of games that are currently for the PS5, even some that are for the PS4, but it is going to enhance a bunch of games, and that list includes Alan Wake 2, Assassin's Creed Shadows, Demon's Souls, Dragon's Dogma 2, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Gran Turismo 7, Hogwarts Legacy, Horizon Forbidden West, Marvel Spider-Man 2, Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart, The Crew Motorfest, The First Descendant, The Last of Us Part 2 Remastered, and more coming. So there's pretty much all the details, and you have to look at it as all of that is $700 without a disk drive. And if you want a comparison, the current digital PlayStation, so if this console comes out without a disk drive, I'm personally comparing it to the digital PS5. I'm not going to compare it to the physical PS5, and that is currently $400, I do believe. It might be $450. They may have upped it, I do believe, but it is around $400 for $450. To get this console, you are basically going to have to spend $300 more, not including tax. If you did want a disk drive, it is looking at upwards of $800 for this piece of hardware, for this piece of plastic, if you will. And the normal PS5 with the disk drive is $500. So you're looking at, again, a $300 or upwards difference between price. And this is the big thing that makes everybody go crazy because, I mean, let's be honest here, that's a lot of money. That is a lot of money, and that is a big ask for PlayStation fans and users to make that jump for that price. Now, there's a whole lot of different point of views you can take from this. There's a whole lot of different perspectives and opinions on whether this is worth it, whether it's good, whether it's bad. But I think everybody across the industry universally is agreeing that no matter if you're interested in this product or not, that price is just not good. And not good in terms of, yeah, of course it's expensive, but like for what that price means is not good. Because if you look at it, this basically is PlayStation saying we can charge whatever we want. And unfortunately, there are going to be people who still buy this thing. This is also PlayStation saying this is the new benchmark, $700. Because now what I'm thinking is, what are the next consoles going to be priced at? What is the next Xbox going to be priced at? What is the PS6 going to be priced at? Because it would make absolutely zero sense if the PS6 came out and it's cheaper than the PS5 Pro. That just doesn't make sense. So now I'm like, okay, well, we're maybe looking at like 800 or above. And that is really scary because now we're getting to the point where it's like, why not just buy a PC? And that is also an argument that you can take from this announcement. And here's what I will say. I think the whole PC argument, I do think there is still a large need for consoles, whether it is this price or not. Consoles just deliver a different experience. They have UIs and just different built-in experiences that you can't really get on PC, and that PC is just much more complex, much more advanced. And PC is a lot more complicated for a lot of people, and some people just like that simplicity that you get with consoles. Some people like the branding. That's why console wars are a thing, unfortunately, because people are just so attached to a company's branding. Blue and green, PlayStation, Xbox. And I do think the console market is still there for sure. I just think it's kind of getting out of hand with these prices and just how the market is flowing right now. Now, the price is bad, like we said. And from what I've seen on Twitter and from what I've seen on just pretty much everywhere, is the overall consensus is this is too high. And I've seen polls on Twitter. I've seen questionnaires of, will you be buying a PS5? Do you think the $700 price tag is worth it? And from what I've seen, like 85% to 80% of everybody is saying that no, this is not good and this is not worth it. But this is what I'll have to say is I think that is a testament to the market for this thing. Because I went back and looked what the sales for the PS4 Pro were. And the PS4 has sold upwards of 120 million units. And the PS4 Pro has only sold about 15 million units, meaning it makes it only 12% of the entire PS4's sales. So when you really look at it, the market for a Pro version of the current PlayStation console is about 12%. And if 85% of people are saying that this is not worth it, that means about 15% say that it is. And with the increased growth in console share and just the amount of users and the amount of popularity that video games have garnered over the last generation, 15% is pretty much just on par with what the PS4 Pro's interests were. And I think that goes to show you that, number one, there is a market for products of that luxury value, of that premium value. And that also shows you that this is a niche market. This is not going to be a product that everybody's going to want to buy. This is not going to be a product that is going to be emptying shelves for the next 2 years like the PS5 did. This is a product for the people who want that enhanced performance, that want the best possible experience playing the newer games, and that want the up-to-date hardware. This is that product. Now, whether you agree with the price or not, that is what it is. And I think you really have to ask yourself, is those improvements something that you are interested in, something that you value, something that you find important? Because if it does, I can still see why this is a product that excites you. And I'm just going to say it now, I am still excited for the idea of a PS5 Pro, because I am one of those consumers and one of those players that likes to play their games at the highest possible quality, best possible performance, and I like to have all my hardware up to date. I have the best current, I have the current best Xbox. I have the current best Nintendo Switch. I have the current best PlayStation 5. I have the ROG Ally. I have, you know, you get the point. This is a product that I am interested in because I am that type of consumer. But the consumer that I am is, again, a very small category and very small percentage of the amount of people that are actually into gaming. There is not going to be a ton of people looking to buy a product like this. Like I said, we're looking at maybe 15% at most. And I think the argument could be made, you know, if it was $600, would there be more interest? I think there absolutely would be more interest. Does that mean more people are actually going to buy it? We'll just never know. But what I will say is, even for somebody, like I just said, who I am still excited for the idea of a PS5, I can't really blame anybody for being upset or frustrated at this announcement, because overall, I think this is an L for PlayStation. I don't think this is a W. I do not think this is a win. I do not think this is a good thing for PlayStation. Is this a good thing for people that, like I said, are interested in that luxury item? Even then, I would say yes and no. Yes, because they are getting a product of that idea, but no, because I still feel like they're paying way too high a price for that product. If we look at what actually the PS5 Pro is going to be doing, what the PS5 Pro is actually bringing to the table, I do think the higher GPU is nice. It's going to just allow better overall performance, textures, things running, lighting, visuals, all that. I think that is great. Is it going to be eye-opening differences? No. And let's be honest, nothing about the PS5 Pro is going to have eye-opening differences. The ray tracing, I've been saying it, I don't think ray tracing is all that crazy in my opinion. I think ray tracing's cool when you look at it, but it's like, do I really need this in my everyday playing experience? No, it's not something I'm personally all that excited about. I do think the AI upscaling, I think that is personally for me is the biggest thing. It's just going to make everything sharper, clearer, more in depth, and I really do like that. I think the AI upscaling has the biggest chance of being like oh yeah, this is actually a pretty nice improvement. I also do think coming with 2 terabytes of storage is huge. I had to pay over $100 just to get an extra terabyte in my current PlayStation. So, you know, if you're looking at that, okay, that makes up about $100 worth of that difference. So you could look at it that way. And I do think the backwards compatibility boost, the PS5 game boost is what they're calling it. I think that is cool, being able to just automatically upgrade certain PS4 games, kind of like what FPS enhancement, whatever you want to call it, FPS boost on Xbox looks like. The console just automatically upgrades some of the older games, and I really like that. And for me, the idea that I can play, you know, my third favorite game of all time, Alan Wake 2, with enhanced visuals and enhanced performance on the PS5 Pro, that excites me. In fact, I could play Ratchet & Clank, one of my favorite games, enhanced. That excites me. But for $700, that is a really hard sell for anybody who isn't like me, who absolutely wants the best performance almost no matter what. Now, even then, I'm not completely sold on getting the PS5. I definitely feel like I want to do it, but this isn't something where if pre-orders go available and it's sold out, I'm not gonna be bummed. I'm gonna be like, okay, well, it was just meant to be then, and I'm gonna just move on. But if I have the opportunity, that's something I'm definitely interested in. But at the same time, I cannot support this, because this is why we need competition. For everybody who's saying Xbox needs to go away, needs to leave existence, needs to be shut down, think of what's happening right now times 2. Without competition, Sony will be able to do whatever they want. That's just how it is, and it's kind of already happening. Xbox is in such a third place stance right now that Nintendo and PlayStation are just above Xbox in so many different levels, and to the point where like PlayStation has pretty much complete control of the market when it comes to PlayStation versus Xbox. Nintendo obviously has a huge part in the market as well, but they're completely separate from the two, in my opinion. This is why competition is important. Now, I'm going to go ahead and read what a tweet that I posted on X last night. And I think, personally, what I tweeted here, I'm very proud of. I think I covered everything that you need to know, and I do feel like it gets the point across pretty much perfectly. So I stated, I've been pretty quiet today surrounding the PS5 Pro. There's just a lot to say and a lot to feel. I'll probably be making a video talking about this, but I'll give my thoughts. Here I am with that video. Isn't it funny how things work out? $700 is a lot of money. This doesn't include a disk drive or a stand. I can't blame anyone for being upset or frustrated by this. This was the wrong move from Sony, and they had such huge momentum with Astrobot and then stepped on a rake. However, this is a device with twice the amount of storage, backwards compatibility enhancements, and it's overall definitively the best performing piece of hardware in the console market. The PS4 Pro was only 12% of the PS4 sales. This is a niche market. Unfortunately, I'm a part of this niche category of consumers who wants to play games to the absolute best possible performance. I say unfortunately because I will be buying the PS5 Pro even though its price is bad. I see that I can play Alan Wake 2, Ratchet & Clank, and Final Fantasy VII at a better quality, and that excites me. At the end of the day, this isn't a product I can recommend unless you're in that niche market, and even then, it's still a hard sell. It should come with a disk drive and a stand. Lol. This is Sony being money hungry, and we all know it. This is why competition is important. I do fear now what the next gen consoles pricing will look like, because we just passed a cost threshold for consoles. Also, I'd like to add, and this is just me stating how it is, trying to promote gaming in the best possible ways. I'd like to add, this has nothing to do with Nintendo. Stop including them in this console war madness and drama. Also, Xbox stated they're not interested in mid-gen refresh, so I don't know why they're involved with this heat either. This is on Sony, and only Sony, and I think that's true. Now, here's what I'll say. I think, at the end of the day, there are people who are excited for this thing, and I think that's great. If that is you, I fully promote that, and I fully support you. I hope it's everything you want. I am somewhat excited. Is it everything I wanted? No. But I am excited just because I will be able to play some of my favorite games at a better quality. But I do think people need to understand whether you think it is good, whether you disagree with it or not, which majority of people do, let's not ruin it for others. There are still people who are excited for this. There will be people excited for anything. Whether it's 99% of the majority hates it or not, there is always some people who enjoy it. So let's not completely ruin it for everybody. At the end of the day, this is an option. This is not a requirement. This is not mandatory for all PlayStation users. This is not make it or break it for a PlayStation. This is an option for PlayStation consumers who find interest in it. And I think that's what we have to walk away from. So thank you all so much for watching. I would love for you guys to comment down below. What is your thoughts on the PS5 Pro? Where do you currently stand on it? Do you agree with anything I said? Do you disagree with anything I'd say? I would love to have a civil conversation, maybe debate in the comment section. But thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Johnny Moore out. Peace.